because I believe if a lot of people are kind of in that wild state of, I'm lost, I need direction, I need an answer, that's where they're going to go look, because that's where they can find that human connection. We've become so segregated from each other that we just revert to an online presence. So, um, in the chats, they're like, is my loved one okay? Is my boyfriend going to want to marry me? And things like that. So they're taking it out of the way that, I don't know, it's almost like taking it out of, you're taking away the anticipation or like the joy that actually comes with that moment. So, is my boyfriend going to propose to me? Yes. Okay, well, I know that he's going to propose to me, rather than just, oh my God, he's proposing. So I think it's just, how do you find someone genuine versus someone that's just respectfully throwing cards around?
Dang. Shots fired. Pew pew. I'm just kidding. I love it. You're right. That's a great question. Melissa?
It is the challenge for humanity has always been in wanting to know everything. You come from a state of knowing everything. You come into your human body and you know nothing. And that sense of I there's more makes you hungry for more. It makes you impatient, and then your current the current forces around you do continue to make you impatient. And finding someone is up to that sitter to be open, because there are so many gifts that have been given to people. It is one for everybody. There are no two people that are going to have the exact same gift in the exact same way, using it the same way. So finding the person that you need takes courage for yourself. You have to go out there and you have to talk to people, thus the crux of humanity at this moment.
Amen. Ariel, do you guys have anything to say about it?
It, I think a lot of what people dismiss is their own intuition. They know what feels right, they know what feels wrong, but they question it also of what would not more or less, what would society want, or what would somebody else's opinion, how does somebody else's opinion influence my own? So I think that's where people are getting lost also, is they're less considerate of what their own personal needs are and wishes, desires, and more of that of somebody else.
They're showing me a couple of tools, and one of them I've definitely mentioned before, which is you can attune yourself to truth. I often say do this before you try to meet your guides, or do this before you try to meditate. But you can sit there and acknowledge, and you start with facts. So you would say, my name is Sophia Sterling. I am 30 years old. I believe I am a psychic medium. I feel very strongly about my cats. I love them. These are all things that are going to resonate with a certain frequency, a harmonic of truth. The very next thing that you encounter, if it feels jarring to your energy, there is now you have a duality. You have something to compare it to very quickly. The other thing they're showing me is, for some reason, my guides are wanting there to be significant, clearer attunement to understand where in your frequency your own questions are coming from. And so if you were to become more aware, since since most of these people who are seeking this out would claim that they are also of a spiritual nature. So, we recognize that like begets like. So if you are seeking these things, but you are also considering yourself a spiritual creature, an individual, understand the chakra points in your own body, because then you can start to feel where your questions are coming from, and you can feel where the answers are coming from in the practitioner. So if you start to realize, I feel that that answer came from the solar plexus, which is not an intuitive state. Or if it came from a root, which is like, I'm answering this because I need you to believe me. That's a very root need. That's a very imbalanced need. You're going to start to sense these people are not capable at this particular time of giving you what you need, because I don't see any that's coming out of the higher chakra systems.